Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Of course, this is the Inquisitive Universe. My name is Jeffrey and we need to talk about something very serious. Yes, so this one is serious. This is the destruction of our tech groups by sellers, marketers, and even content creators as well. Yes, some people may be wondering why would you be adding content creators to this list? You'll soon see why. But I need to talk about this set of people and how they are destroying tech groups. Now, in 2017, 2018, I decided to join tech groups. Now, before that, I didn't really care about tech very much. I was a homebody, an introvert. I mostly lived in the house and I played PlayStation. Right? I'm a gamer. I've always told people, guys, gaming is my first love. It was when I traveled all the way far north to Sokoto State in Nigeria when I was alone and the only companion I had was my smartphone. That was when I decided that, hey, smartphones can play games. And it all continued from there. That was where my whole love affair with smartphones began. But generally, I wasn't really into smartphones like that. I had zero clue about smartphones. How did I know about smartphones? By joining tech groups, like the ones from Ireland, the ones from Facebook, the whole MI community stuff. And that was how I became a smartphone tech person, right? Sorry about that. A smartphone tech person. That was how I became that. Before that, I wasn't really that kind of guy. I was just, PlayStation TV and computers, not even like techie computer, just being computer literate and whatnot. That was the type of person I was. Now, without tech groups being what they were in those days, when you come into a group and someone is talking about the latest processor, and I'm like, Jesus, processor, please, could you break that down? And they're breaking it down for you. They're sending you over to Gary Sims on Android Authority now, right? They're sending you over to YouTube. Send you over to creators that you never even knew existed. These people are on these groups and then you can always go to them and say, I don't understand. What's an ISP? What's a GPU? How does RAM, interface with an SoC? Is RAM part of the SoC or is it something that they just add on the side? And these people are very happy to explain these things for you. How do I know which camera is a good one? How do I understand, fast charge and battery life and the displays and the big displays? A 7-inch 720p display better than a 6.6 or 6.5 1080p display, bigger displays better. There are people on these groups who used to explain these things for you, and that was how most of us got started. 2017, 2018, 2019. Okay, by 2019 I was actually very well educated to be able to strike out on my own and say, hey, I want to do this for people. I want to go out and educate people. I was very well versed in those 2-year interval because I was very active on tech groups. Now, if you come back and if you look at tech groups today, this is especially true if you belong or if you come from Nigeria, West Africa in general. I think even East Africa too. I'm not sure about South Africa, India, Pakistan. If you go to these tech groups, you would go through ads. Somebody's selling something. Somebody's promoting something. You've got promoters there who are promoting brands, just writing a bunch of rubbish stuff from a tech, copy paste nonsense that, these tech companies give them to share around the internet. There's a few of them too on Reddit, but at least Reddit has been saved from the scourge of these people. And I hope they really don't find their way over there. But you go to a typical Facebook group, right? Tech group, a typical tech group. And then you see it's basically just an ad fest. Somebody's selling this, somebody's selling that. Independent marketers are selling, brand marketers are there pushing. You would have to scroll through 5, 6, 7 minutes of ads to get one educational post, one educative thought piece. It's a menace today. It is a menace how these people operate. And I think Genius 43 on Ireland, the Xiaomi tech group, has fought for years along with other people to try and keep their own tech group sane and free from these people who want to sell. See, I understand that life is hard and people have got to make a living. I know people who sell these things for a living. Understand that? It's not like somebody will come out and say, oh, Jeff, you are crapping on people who sell stuff. There has to be some moderations in these things. Or if you don't want to do that, you could create a sales group. Sales groups could be created. This group is for sales. Everybody come here and compete for sales. Right? Leave the tech groups for the function or for the purpose that they were originally created for. I know a lot of people who are very close to me, my plugs, who sell me phones and accessories and whatever, controllers, TWS earbuds, USB cables, braided cables, speakers, Bluetooth speakers and whatnot. There are people, I know these people personally. It's not like I don't know them, not like I'm coming out here to crap on them, but the rate at which a lot of people are going on about this thing, it's too much. Let's move on. Let's talk about content creators. Now, in the past, content creators used to offer a lot of value. Well, not all of them, but at least some of them did. A sizable amount did. When you go there, you'd learn something from them. These days, a lot of the content creators now are basically just doing ads. That's what they're doing. They're just talking heads doing sponsored ads. If I want an ad, I would go to the company's page and watch their ad. I would not. You're supposed to be offering a review. Are you doing a specs review or are you doing a hands-on review? Which of the following are you doing? A specs review is telling us about the specs and what the specs can do, and then the shortcomings and how they compare to other phones with the same price range or using the same specifications. A hands-on review is telling us this is how the phone actually is. This is where it falls short. This is how it looks like. If you get the phone, this is the experience you're going to be getting. That is a review. No, they are coming to tell us the specs, like reporters, newscasters. They're coming to read these things for us and then show us ads, those stunning visuals and graphics from the parent company. If I wanted to watch those, I'd go to the parent company's page and watch those. What the hell, guys? And then they are coming into these groups and then they are posting there. So basically now you have to sift through a bunch of ads. You now have to sift through video ads from content creators who are supposed to know better. A lot of them actually don't know any better. Who are supposed to know better before you get to educative content, educational content. And you know what has happened in the last 3-4 years that has happened? A lot of the smartphone users have been dumbed down. They have been dumbed down. Why? Because people who sell stuff, they only care about selling stuff. Somebody came to meet me and said that a seller was telling him about an analog power bank. And I'm like, what the hell is an analog power bank? Is the person referring to the ones that have LED indicators as opposed to having like an LED display? Like, oh, that's what they meant. I said, yes, there's not like an analog power banks. And analog power banks, as he puts it, that's the power banks with LED displays, are in no way inferior to the ones with LED displays. But sellers want to dumb people down so they can make a quick buck. Companies want to use content creators to dump people down so they can sell crap into the market, and then nobody would stand up against them. This is unbelievable. That's what's happening to our tech groups right now. Now, I cannot really say I have any solution. The only solution I have is that I have created platforms. If you're interested, links will be in the description. I've created platforms that we can use to fight back, that are tech focused. Once in a while there will be the odd ad, but that would be the exception, not the norm. You come, oh, there's this ad. I could probably check this out. 1 or 2. Mostly not sponsored. 1 or 2 things, you just come in and you check. You say, oh, this ad is there, that ad is there. That's it. But other than that, tech focus group to where you actually learn tech stuff. That's why we have the Inquisitive Universe for people who are inquisitive about this stuff. If you are happy, with the blue pill, you want to take whatever rubbish that they shovel there every 6 months and then they stop supporting your phone, fine, go ahead. But if you're really, really interested in the key stuff, this is the right place to be, right? Sorry, this is self-advertising, but I don't really mind. It's a tech channel, right? So that's it. My name is Jeffrey. Thank you very much for coming. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share small actions like yours that help small channels like mine grow. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye.